related. No, you should keep stepping on those landmines. No, Snoopy, avoid landmines. You gotta take a page out of Daru's book. I mean, it's a database with normally unreadable code, so there's a limit on what can access it. Doesn't look like even the lab director can access. Positions higher than that? There's something called a certain executive council. So they call it a council, eh? What about it? It's a fitting name for our enemy. Kurisu looks at me coldly. Whatever, let's leave the IBN 5100 database for another day. We're gonna search for data on time travel research. Okie dokie. The Z program we saw last time was suspicious, wasn't it? That and the Jellyman's report. We couldn't get concrete information on either before. Look carefully and burn it into your eyes, the proof of CERN's actions, a deceit upon the world. Oh yeah, baby. Found the LHC project supervisor. The supervisor? That's a pretty important post. Right now, we're peeking inside his computer. Z program? Z program? In fact, you should pick up those landmines and throw it at her. Oh, Snoopy. You're about to lose a gold star. To sound cheesy again. He obviously stands for jelly. Siri. Jelly starts with J-E-L-L-Y. No! Careless mistake. So uncool. Ahem. What I meant to say is that there's no way it would have such a simple name. The name's hiding something important. There has to be a double meaning. Got it. Like a scan of a very old paper document. Letterhead reads Z program top secret. Program began in 1973. When was CERN formed? 1954. I thought that maybe CERN was formed with the Z program in mind, but 54 means my guess was off. When was the IBN 5100 put on the market? 1975. So maybe that's why the IBN 5100 was central to CERN's operations. No, that's wrong. Can't be something as stupidly simple as that. There has to be a worldwide conspiracy involved. Maybe IBM hid their proprietary program language in the IBM 5100 for the sole purpose of its use in CERN's Z program. JPEG, come on, I can't copy-paste this. Text isn't in French. What's on screen right now looks like English. Actually, there's French, Dutch, German versions too. The content looks the same, though. CERN's purpose heading into the 21st century shall be to establish control over space and time, thereby to enable the destruction of extant history and the creation of an everlasting utopia. Alright, Maka says she can do English. Way to go, assistant. Your study abroad in America was all for the sake of today, wasn't it? Of course not. Stop assigning people roles in your fantasy world. In order to maintain the project's secrecy and allow its name to be remained relevant in changing circumstances, we designated the Z program. Z like the Greek Omega, or the Cyrillic Ya. It's forbidden to assign any meaning to its name or seek its significance beyond the project itself. Negative returns are predicted should this edict be violated. The Z program is a top-secret project spanning international borders like electromagnetic wave research. It's been approved for top priority funding by the Committee of 300. Henceforth, all of the research performed by CERN shall function to keep the Z program's existence secret. Guess Kurisu's reading the preface to a document. It's getting rather dull. Is there anything specific about what exactly the Z program is? Here. This can't be. What is it? The purpose of the Z program is to perform time-space displacement experiments by means of high-energy proton collisions. Time-space displacement experiments? Time travel. No way, it was true? You're telling me that they've been deceiving the world for nearly 40 years? Just as I suspected, a great shadow lurks behind CERN, most likely the organization or one of its puppets. What organization? Uchini Bayou? Nut job? At least try to be serious some of the time. Don't be ridiculous. My words are always grounded in truth. Anyway, shouldn't it be the committee instead of the organization? That's what it says here. Committee of 300. I don't think they mean CERN's executive council. What are they talking about? The world is full of lies. It's not as beautiful as you think. Listen, Ocarin. Listening. The Committee of 300 is the dark power that controls every secret society, every government, every multinational corporation. Making things up again. It's the truth. Google it if you don't believe me. Until now, the human race, for all its accomplishments, has never been able to overcome the barrier called time. The technology of time travel, which can barely break through that barrier, will change the course of human history, literally. As it was when we were split the atom, that forbidden fruit has the potential to grant us godlike power. Not a man exists who can resist its temptation. And naturally, all those with power will use any means at their disposal to obtain it. Human morality is not but a joke to those who would stand with the gods. You stand, Christina? Wow, that was quite a speech. And you seem to know so much about it. Does this mean you're aiming for godhood too? What Hoin Kiyoma desires is the destruction of all who would call themselves gods, the collapse of their hateful system, and a glorious new age of chaos. I am not asking Hoin, I'm asking Okabe. I am Hoin. Oh god. He's on the side of Snoopy. I think we just found you a comrade. In other words, you don't have your own reason. Damn you, assistant. How dare you attack me? My very identity. It's almost like she's Nightbot and you're Rintaro. I think I've come... Yep. I'm thinking... Yes, spread it everywhere. Yep, I'm thinking... Kurisu is definitely Nightbot. And you're Okabe. Forget about it, Makaseshi. Please keep reading. Daru, what do you mean forget about me? Tired of listening to conspiracy theories. I'm more interested in the Z program than in your delusions. I mean, think about it. I told you, they're not delusions, and they're not theories. But Daru does have a point. Continue, assistant. At least show respect when you're asking a favor. Stage 1, construction and implementation of the Large Hadron Collider. For the past half-century, beginning with the proton synchrotron completed in 1959, particle accelerator technology has reached the point where standardized results may be obtained. Stage 2, implementation and testing of lifter technology. The formation of more than 2 artificial localized singularities as well as the formation of curved black holes will become possible when this stage is complete. In order to hide the program's true goal, it's necessary to intentionally leak misinformation regarding the formation of black holes. Stage 3, animal experimentation. Stage 4. Kurisu stops talking. Human experimentation. For real? This is insane. I was elated to discover that an institution as respected as CERN was actually doing time travel research. After all, we ourselves have succeeded, whether by chance or design, in producing our own time travel phenomenon. I thought maybe we could beat CERN to the first functional time machine design. Wouldn't that be something? Now, just like I said to Kurisu, the world is full of lies. Morals are meaningless. Was it really okay for us to get involved in this? Hey, Ocarine, remember when we hacked in before? Pretty sure that email we read said this. Result error, human is dead, mismatch. For details, see Jellyman's report. Someone died? Would that have something to do with the human experimentation? Urusu and Dara are waiting for me to speak. Are they entrusting the decision to me? I ask myself, is this really okay? Sure. No turning back. True. And I live with myself if I ignore this conspiracy. Daru, look up the Jellyman's report. Really? Really, but first, Christina. Huh? You should leave. Why are you suddenly... The Jellyman's report, it just gave me a bad feeling. Once we see it, we could no longer return to our normal lives. You're a genius. You're already published. For crying out loud, there's no need to throw away your promising future. Are you worried about me? Of course I am. You're my assistant after all. I keep telling you, I'm not your assistant. Thanks for your concern, but I'm not leaving. We need to expose this truth to the world. No, it's too dangerous. Chickening out. We're powerless against this conspiracy. One wrong move and they'll have us erased. I would never be worried about Nightbot. That's what you want us to think, Snoopy. But I think you always worry about Nightbot. Like when you slapped that water out of Nightbot's hands that one time and kept her from short-circuiting. You do care. You're just very few and far in between when you let the rest of the stream notice. Still. This isn't a game. I'm not joking here. Fine. I won't tell anyone. I'm not leaving. It'll keep me awake at night. I won't regret this? I won't. What about you, Daru? Prepared? Well, I am a super hacker. It's comfortable even in this situation. With my skills, I'll never know we were there. Alright, let's begin. Henceforth, this shall be known as Operation... like Jarn's chest. Why Norse mythology? Is that Norse mythology? Because it's cool, I guess. Anyway, what is it with men in military terms? Daru, begin the operation. He soon finds the Jellyman's report. Ready? I'm opening it. Daru wipes the sweat off his forehead with a handkerchief, then timidly double-clicks on the report. Then I know. I know exactly what the Jellyman and Jellyman's report means. Jellyman's Report 10. Subject, James McCarthy, age 31, American. Z program stage 4, date of experiment, 2005, January 28th, time 1:05. Results error, human is dead, mismatch. That again. It is to believe that due to infinite compression by supergravity, the subject could not endure passage through singularity inside the Kerr black hole. April 3rd, 1921, New York City, an unidentified man was discovered dead in an alley off Union Square. The right half of his body was embedded in a nearby wall. Oh, thank you, Nightbot. I should get something to drink right now. Ah, perfect timing. The man's body. Was completely jellified. Damn. So they killed Chapter 3. Butterfly Effects Divergence. Damn. That sucks for that version of James. Ticking of the clock is like a hammer inside my head. It's past 2 a.m. I was right. We're in too deep. This is bad. Real bad. What's going on here? Jellified someone? On hearing the familiar word jellified, I reflexively look at the bunch of bananas placed next to the computer. Hey, go. Remember to give Snoopy his sword back and ban Sanjeezy 45 before continuing. Nice try there, Snoopy. That's not the right answer, but I like your thinking. They're experimenting on people. Urusu doesn't even avert her eyes from the gruesome image. It means they've created a time machine, doesn't it? Even if it's not perfect. It's New York Times articles from 1921. 90 years ago. Look. Jellified corpse of a man. She's pointing to his shoulder, which has writing on it. Perhaps it was printed on his clothes. It's fused into the jellified body, but you can somehow manage to read it. CERN. As if they wanted to claim their work. So CERN uses the LHC to send someone back to 1921? Greed. Looks like they failed to keep him alive, though. This is the only report? No, there's more. Looks like 14 people in total. More jellymen? Means more jellified people. More victims of human experimentation. I'm awfully thirsty. Take a cold Dr. P out of the fridge and wet my throat. Show me the others. Jellyman's Report 9. Subject, Dan Stryzowski, age 26, Canadian. Z Program 4, date of experiment 2004, 96, 210. Results, error, human is dead, mismatch. Dr. Pepper's my favorite soda. Interesting. That's like my mom's favorite soda. I don't mind it. Surprisingly, I don't find it a lot. Like when I go out to eat, movie theaters, certain restaurants. Maybe I'm just not going to the right ones, but it's good. I have no problems with Dr. Pepper. The newspaper clipping, I think it's in French. I can't read it. You can read the date though, January 31st, 2001. Location is Pau, France, I guess. 2001, that's fairly recent. Pretty big difference from James McCarthy, who jumped nearly 90 years back to 1921. Dover calls up machine translation, giving us the following. January 31st, 2001, collapsed male corpse discovered in the forest outside Pau, France. Its left foot was fused to a tree trunk and the body had jellified. Jellyman's Report number 8, subject Linda Hill, age 25, English. Z Program 4, date of experiment, 2004, 2:15, time 1:45. Results, error, human is dead, mismatch. October 2nd, 1972, the jellified body of a woman was discovered on the streets of Dharmapuri, Tamil Nadu, India. Signs that the body had been run over by a car. Jellyman's Report number 7, subject Michael Lang, age 33, German. Z Program 4, date of experiment 2002, 10:08, time 1:28. Results, error, human is dead, mismatch. May 24th, 1936, the corpse of what is believed to be a jellified human was discovered at the base of Mount Hiei in Kyoto. It was in a damaged state, possibly from having slid down the slope. Next page. Picture shows a beach, beautiful, but on the jellyfish-like body lying on the sand and looks of horror on the surrounding locals' faces. Must have washed ashore. Jellyman's Report 6. Subject, Mark Hughes, age 30, American. Z Program 4, state of experiment 2002, 8:23, 12:52. Result, error, human is dead, mismatch. July 1st, 1985, a strange body washed ashore on the coast of Streymoy, Faroe Islands. It appeared to be the body of an adult male, but the flesh was soft like that of a jellyfish. Some of the island's inhabitants believe it was the body of a merman. Inscription CERN was found near the body's shoulder, but CERN denies any involvement. Keep looking. I've seen enough. There are 14 of these people. Sites are spread throughout the world. What can we deduce from this? They must have sent them to these places. I don't think so. It's too random. Something about curved black holes and gravity, right? Isn't that the cause? It is to believe that due to infinite compression by supergravity, the subject could not endure passage through the curved black hole's singularity. That's what it said. What's a curved black hole? Is it different from a regular black hole? It's a theoretical black hole with a rotating singularity. Their existence hasn't been proven yet. Not that there's any way to prove one exists. Curved black hole. Where have I heard that term before? That's right, John Teeter. Teeter said his time machine used curved black holes. According to Teeter, CERN finished their time machine in 2034, and then Teeter himself came from 2036. Makes sense for Teeter and CERN to be using the same time travel technology. I wish I could chuck Nightbot in a black hole. So she could time travel and be there when you were just a child? You could be best friends growing up? Childhood friends? I like your thinking, Snoopy. I like your thinking. That's so close to a gold star. That wholesome idea you just had. Of wanting to meet Nightbot even sooner in your past life. No! Creating curved black holes? That's insane. If you screw up, it could swallow the Earth, and besides, curved black holes are just a theoretical construct. So she can be ripped apart. Haven't you seen Terminator? She's gonna survive perfectly. It's humans! Humans! Actual flesh. That's the hard part. Man, wouldn't it be crazy if you sent Nightbot back in time? She became like your... like your adopted sister or something? Then you'd be related to Nightbot. If you screw up, it could swallow the Earth. Teeter's predictions are reality, then that means the LHC worst case scenario video on YouTube was right. Ew, no. I don't know about Teeter's predictions, but I've seen the problem video before. It's on the news 2 or 3 years ago. Gravitational forces inside a black hole are unbelievably powerful. It's certainly possible that pressing through one could allow time displacement, but there's no way a human could do that and come out alive. See? See, they're even backing me up on this. That must be how these people got jellified. It wouldn't just jellify you, it would tear you apart particle from particle. That's what a black hole does. Before we discuss this, shouldn't we look through the rest of their time machine research? Trevor's already started pulling up new documents. I'm suddenly afraid. Should I stop him? I'm the one who asked him to do it, but things have gotten serious now. And at the same time, irresistible curiosity is welling up inside me. Time travel is becoming a reality. I want to know that it's true. I can't stop now. Here we go. There's a file in the Z program that explains time travel theory. Pretty easy to find. CERN should have better security. The security's fine. I'm just too good. Daru is my favorite right arm. Thought he was your super hacker. Hacker? What does it say, Christina? Can you give me some time to read it? Earlier reluctance has vanished. In fact, it looks like she's as curious as I am. It's from Ferris. Have you bought Phantasm single debut? Nya. It's the theme song for the Rainet Kaguru. So it's really popular. Ferris bought 5 copies, nya. It's my duty as Rainetter. Anyway, there's an important secret hidden in Phantasm's songs. The key to unlocking it is, oops, the bell's ringing, nya. Looks like someone's here. Better see who it is. Damn it, Ferris. We're so close to proving time travel. The band's vocalist, I feel a strong resonance from her. Is this another part of Operation Stupefy Humanity? Explain. I'm aware they're said to contain directions to the sanctuary, as well as prophecies regarding the end of the world, isn't that right? Send this to her. There, that should do it. No way, but this is... Is Teeter really... What are you muttering about? Tell me what it says. Oh, right. You know, this feels like one big joke. What do you mean? It's almost the same as Teeter's theory. Basically, the LHC smashes protons together at 99.9999991% the speed of light. By doing so, they compress a mass of 10 kilograms into extremely tiny space of 10 meters. Japanese, please. 3 lines max. A small mass. Thrust into a narrow space with great force. That explanation's too vague. That explanation's too erotic. Huh? What part of it is erotic? Hashira, you pervert! Don't you have a pretty good imagination yourself? I'm not like you. Blushing cheeks make her denial less than effective. Don't listen to this fool, Christina. Continue. What were we talking about? Thrusting with great force. Damn it. Got me again. Where's Rambo? He needs to be here for this. Proton compression. Right. Successful compression generates a microsingularity, which... Singularity? Not a mini black hole? Same thing, essentially. Singularity is the core of a black hole. He's not lying. This process generates a black hole with 2 microsingularities. Black hole with 2 cores? Like a cowlick with 2 hairs? No, I don't think that's it. Explain with cute girls. Fine. Say there are 2 cute girls. Mik-chan, Kro-chan. Sisters. Sisters are moe. By feeding Mik-chan and Kro-chan electrons, you can make them do whatever you want. Electric shock torture? There's some sort of... eroge? Well, you force them to rotate at an extremely high velocity. And then, theoretically, Mik-chan and Kro-chan transform into a magical girl ring singularity. Use stock transformation scene. Got it. Well, it looks like these 2 have found a common wavelength. The resulting black hole exhibits what's called the Kerr effect. What are Kerr black holes anyway? You said they spin. What does that mean? Exactly what it sounds like. Don't black holes usually spin? I mean, there's a whirlpool around the hole, right? The part that looks like it's spinning is just the surrounding matter being sucked into the black hole. Black hole is just a point where extreme mass causes gravitational collapse. Everything falls towards it. Since it's only a point, it doesn't spin. A Kerr black hole has a ring at its center, not a point. Think of it like this. Once transformed into magical girls, Mik-chan and Girl-chan's hearts spin like a ring inside their bodies, which is impossible for normal people. I'll pass on the Guru. Before you said that such a black hole's existence would be impossible to prove. What did you mean? Black hole, that's what's called an event horizon. Once you pass the event horizon, time and space switch places. Time and space switch places? Right now, we can move freely through space into the future, but we can't move even 1 minute into the past. That becomes reversed. On the other side of the event horizon, moving freely through space becomes impossible, while moving freely through time becomes possible. Can't even imagine what that's like. Since unrestricted spatial movement is impossible, you can never escape a black hole. For example, if Okabe jumped into a black hole, time for him would stretch to infinity. Since light cannot escape, human eyes cannot see the other side of the event horizon. Observing a black hole from the inside is impossible.